The number one way to inspire change in someone's life is by sharing your story. Imagine if your story was the one in a million that someone desperately needs to hear. I'm Devin Schubert, and I'm on a mission to share 1 million stories across social media. And I want your story. It's time to take your story to the stage. And now, here's one of those stories.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jill Cirillo and I'm excited to share my story with you. I have spent the last 23 years in the corporate world fulfilling leadership roles across the business, all with an emphasis on strategy, execution, and leadership. I have had the opportunity to work in nearly every function of the company and participate in some of the most critical decision-making forums at the highest levels of leadership. Through this experience, I have learned something. The corporate world is a challenging and demanding place. But it doesn't have to be that way. There is a formula for success. It starts with you and it ends with a blueprint designed by God. The interplay between faith, leadership, and business is a powerful one. It has the power to change you, transform your culture, and impact the bottom line. Listen in as I share my story and my journey of revelation and reflection, how it has changed me and how it can also change you. I was lying in bed, preparing myself mentally for the next day. It was Sunday again, and the pit in my stomach grew stronger as the realities of Monday set in. I dreaded the start of the work week in my corporate job and all that came with it. And it wasn't the job that I dreaded. I loved my work. Rather, it was this feeling that it gave me. There was a constant weight, and it was present, and it always gained momentum at the start of a new week. And the weight, it was real, but I could never really place it. So as I lied in bed that night, I spent some time trying to dissect it. What was it? Why did I have this pit? And why did the weight feel so heavy? I didn't solve a lot that night, but I was able to make one important discovery. The weight was coming from a combination of things that were all compounding. The biggest revelation was that the weight was coming from trying to thrive both in business and life. With the weight being twofold, I was feeling it in all aspects of my life. In business, the pressure was to measure up, outperform my peers, be the best leader in the room, be the go-to for promotions, climb the corporate ladder. And then there was a pressure to perform and deliver results. There were financial targets, deadlines, and key areas of success that I, as a senior leader, was accountable for. There was constant challenges that we faced, tough leadership discussions that came with it, complex decisions, and some really tough meetings. And then there was a pressure to lead others, inspire, influence, and serve my team. They always looked to me to be the one with clarity, confidence, and calmness in the face of the challenges and difficulties that we faced. And sometimes there was a need to protect my people when leaders weren't leading the way that they should. And then I would come home after a long, really stressful day at work, and I would feel the need to succeed for my family. There was a weight to provide financially and create stability, provide the best life for my kids, be the best wife for my husband, and be there for all the needs for him, be the best mom, and to love and nurture my kids. Kids, they require love and focus, time and energy, and they need us to be present. And all of it was there hitting me in the face every Sunday night, continuing to nag at me throughout the work week. The pressure was that I wasn't doing my best at any of these. I was successful, but the daily grind was relentless and oftentimes felt way too much to bear. And my focus was on the bigger things at work. The pressure that I was putting on myself to perform in all areas of life, it escalated on the inside of me. And all my energy and focus was on how I was showing up for the world. I placed my value and worth in my identity and who I was at work and my achievements and my success. I was not placing focus on the things that mattered to me most. This weight that I put on myself to succeed started showing up in all areas of my life. What was actually happening and the persona that I was leading in the workplace, they were different. I was succeeding on the outside, but I was truly struggling on the inside. At work, I showed up on top of the world, someone who could do it all and do any job and do it with a successful outcome. But at home and on the inside, I was struggling. I was a workaholic, stayed up almost every night until 2 a.m. I was hardly ever 100% present for my kids. Sometimes I missed their events, and somehow I managed to miss some of the key details that they needed. And I rarely engaged in my own self-care. I had lost my identity. I lost myself. You could say I lost overall enjoyment of life. But I was really clear on my priorities. They were in priority order. God, put him first in everything I do. Family, be the best wife and mother. 3, people, serve, influence, and inspire others. And 4, impact, do my work for God and deliver results. But I could never deliver upon them. It was like Groundhog's Day. Year after year, month after month, I would repeat the same priorities and try to figure out how to change and shift to deliver these. Yet somehow my priorities at work always came first. I spent lots of time laying out my priorities and buying planners and organizers, reading how to make progress and focusing on my big 3. You name it, anything I could get my hands on to try and actually make progress, I tried. I tried everything. There was a point in which my daughter asked, "Mom, why are you always so grumpy?" It was then that I knew that things had gone too far. I thought my family didn't notice, but I think that they noticed before I did. I needed a shift, something game-changing. And then I came across this quote: "If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice." So good, right? This quote, while not necessarily new, it put things in perspective for me. It was exactly what was happening. Did I really want to get to the end of my life and say, I worked hard, had money for my kids, but didn't really spend focused time with them or make progress on the priorities and things that mattered to me most? I think we all know the answer. I had hit a point of significant revelation, but I still didn't know how to implement it. This was, however, a seed from God and the starting point to make a change. It is what sparked me to have the next conversation. One day, I was at a family event. I was talking to my sister-in-law, and I was telling her how I was struggling to put my priorities first, and sure I wasn't sacrificing what was most important. I shared that the only thing that was getting me through was my relationship with God. And then she asked a really important question, one so simple, yet so powerful. She said, "But how? How do you have a relationship with God?" Wow, I thought, this is a silly and simple question. I started to answer with what I thought was complete clarity, but it wasn't. I fumbled my way through the entire answer. I had a deep and profound love for God. I believed in him. I prayed to him. I attended church. I sometimes journaled to him and occasionally read the Bible. Sound familiar? But it was soon evident that even with that, I didn't have a relationship with God at all. This is when I set out to find the answer. And God, he gave me the clarity. You see, a relationship with God requires two-way communication and a deep connection. He needed me to make a commitment to be focused on him rather than the world and truly spend focused, dedicated, and regular time with him, putting him first. This is how we build a relationship and where he speaks to us. And if the world is turned up and we are taking our cues from the world, then we will not fully hear him and unite our spirit with his to leverage the power that he has put inside of us. You see, I didn't need to do things on my own. I didn't need a bunch of habits and more planners. I needed time with God. By doing this one thing, everything else falls into place. He then helps us set our priorities and clarify our purpose. He orchestrates our day and interconnects all things toward his will. God gave us our talents, and we are divinely designed to use those talents to serve him through excellence in Christ. Time with God would save me from the weight and ignite my soul in all areas, in business and life. And I would be on the path to fulfill my true calling and overall enjoyment of life. A relationship with God will release who we are in Christ. Here is my point. God always pursues us. He always wants to have a relationship with us and have us to start with him and to truly put him first. In Romans, it says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. But he can't fully guide us toward his mission unless we are truly looking to him. And if we are not looking to him and rather at the world, then we will not be fully happy. Something will always be nagging us. We will not fulfill the mission he put us here to do. We will not be the leaders he wants us to be. We will not run businesses the way he wants us to run them. And we will always be in constant pursuit of something more, trying to measure up and trying to achieve our goals on our own. We must go deeper than belief, no matter how busy we are. A key aspect of my story is that the realization that we are not meant to separate our professional lives from our faith. They must be interconnected. Feeling dissatisfied with our jobs is not how we should live. Our true purpose is to live for eternity, which is woven into our work and the threads of life. We are called to inspire a world aligned with God's greater mission, where everything works together for his good. Each of us has a vital role to play, whether large and visible or small and subtle, all contributing uniquely to God's grand, spectacular plan, especially in the workplace. When we leave God out of our professional lives, we miss our true calling and fail to find genuine happiness. We were designed for work, to enjoy it, and to love the people we work with. From this foundation, success emerges, allowing us to experience true fulfillment on this earth. God has guided you to the place that you are here and now, and he wants you to be a light in our daily lives and in our jobs and do our work for the Lord his way. He has given us the blueprint, and it was not designed by the world. I've spent the better part of the last year building this blueprint inspired by God and informed directly from the Bible. You see, God cares about business. He cares about us. He cares about how we do it, and he cares about the mission, the strategy, and the execution, and how we lead people through it. And most of all, he cares about what it does to us and our families. So bring the biblical blueprint for business to your job. Fulfill the mission of your soul. Pursue excellence in Christ. A simple step that you can take today is to pause, pray, and pave the way. Pause. Spend time with God, more than a few minutes. Pray. Ask for his help and make him your focus and not the world. And pave. Do our work for the Lord. And when you do, you will get clarity to achieve your priorities and thrive in business and life. This is the answer to it all, doing it the right way through a biblical blueprint. If you'd like to learn more about this powerful model for success, message me in the comments below or send me an email and I will reach out to you. I encourage you to ensure your focus is right. Take the small steps, pray, pause, and pave the way, and engage deeper to thrive in business and life. Thank you.